Hey everyone, it's John here from Hot Take Hockey, back with another video. This video is on the Edmonton Oilers potentially making a huge move, blockbuster trades from this guy, but other armchair GMs I'll be looking through. So other people having fun with some potential deals. So not my deals. I just think it's fun to look through some of these trades. And I do think if the Edmonton Oilers want to go to that next step and potentially win a Stanley Cup with Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, they got to take some risks. And one big name out there right now in terms of the Hawks trying to force him out potentially is Patty Kane. So we'll talk about the Hawks as well in this video and other teams and players. If you're a new subscriber, welcome to the like button, notification bell, and definitely leave your thoughts in the comment section. So unreal. I think the fact that we see a Patty Kane potential deal over the next year is crazy, or next offseason signing somewhere else. But this armchair GM has blockbuster trades for the Cup champs potentially. And look at these. We'll just start the video off hot here. Like, are you kidding me? Look at these monster deals with the Oilers getting Patty Kane and Chychrun. And this is a cap like situation that works. It's close. It's a roster size of 20, but the cap space at 10,000. Look at those lines. Wild. Evander, Kane, McDavid, Yamamoto, Kane, Draisaitl, McLeod. Like, nuts. I do think in any scenario where you go for a Patty Kane and hope that the Hawks, like that you're hoping the Hawks retain that 50% for the last year of his contract, like I would expect one of Dylan Holloway, Broberg, I would say a couple other guys like Lavoie maybe. There's good Borgo. Like there's going to be one or two of those guys in this trade for Patty Kane, especially if the Hawks are retaining 50%. So this person has Puljujarvi and Samorukov and a first. And then in this trade for Chychrun, you have Tullio and Borgo. Tullio also could be a trade chip. Like the Oilers have a few underrated prospects, and people forget that. They have 4 or 5 that are pretty underrated. I would say these are massive hot takes. And looking at this one right now, this is not enough for Patty Kane. You would have to add, as I said, one of the prospects. So Dylan Holloway or like Borgo in there. One of those guys. Maybe even a Broberg in there. Chicago's going to want at least one of those significant prospects plus the first-round pick, especially if they're taking on Puljujarvi and Foegele. Puljujarvi's still a decent asset, but Foegele, kind of a cap dump at this point. So especially if they're retaining 50% on Patty Kane, you need to give a prospect or two plus the first-round pick. And then, honestly, Dallas going after Barrie. We'll see what happens as I'm making this video. No Klingberg news yet. Dallas maybe still looking for that right shot offensive potential guy on that defense group. But again, looking at another one. These are not my deals, folks. These are people online, armchair GMs through Cap Friendly. Another hot take here where Borgo's in there, Puljujarvi first, second. So you see some of these deals and some people titling them true contenders. So the Oilers making that risky move, bringing in Patty Kane. Imagine that power play. Draisaitl, McDavid, Kane. Maybe both Kanes, but Nuge and like Bouchard. Like that's nuts. Thinking about a second unit potentially of, so say Nuge is on that top unit, not Evander Kane. Second unit of Evander Kane, Yamamoto, McLeod. Like that's, you could have crazy power plays here, right? So honestly, it's been a conversation out there. The Oilers can do it and get 50% retained from the Hawks. It's realistic. But then I saw this other armchair GM put this hot take, sending Barrie to Chicago and getting Seth Jones. But I'm like, okay, first, I don't think the Hawks are retaining that monster, any cap off that monster Seth Jones contract. So throw in Foegele, throw in Puljujarvi, maybe get a couple million retained off the Seth Jones contract. But that's the big conversation too, is like, if the Hawks are trying to go through this huge rebuild, they just signed that monster Seth Jones contract. Maybe they want to offload it, and maybe this is the scenario to do it, and then just go full out for Bedard. Like, I think Chicago it's like cheat mode right now. They're trying so hard to be sucky to get Bedard. And then just the last one to look at, the Hawks rebuild, so which is a similar trade, what we saw before. So Foegele, Samorukov, Puljujarvi first, Patty Kane 50% retained. I would say another prospect's got to be in there, but you're getting Patrick Kane. So anyone going, oh, that's too much on some of these deals, like it's Patrick Kane. I don't care if it's only 1 year of Patrick Kane, especially at 50% retained. That is a lot to give up and to retain. You need to give up a couple prospects, I think, unless it's like an A-level prospect and a first and Puljujarvi, then sure. But I think the Hawks are not just going to dump Patty Kane 50% retained. And then the hot take with the Taves trade. So I wonder if they trade both Kane and Taves. It's going to be wild. But guys, in the comments, do you think the Edmonton Oilers should trade for Patrick Kane? The Hawks trading him potentially. Which prospects would you give up? what scenario, but I do think, as I said, the Oilers are going to try their very best to trade Puljujarvi, get value. Maybe it's in a package deal here, trade Foegele, and we'll see if a Tyson Barrie trade happens. I've talked about it in the past. I've talked about it in other videos. With Keith retiring, we'll see if Barrie stays as an Edmonton Oiler or like gets moved. I don't know. Will he be an Edmonton Oiler for the next year? I don't know. So definitely give me your thoughts. Would Patty Kane fit with the Edmonton Oilers? I think Patty Kane can fit anywhere. Would he be on a line with Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl? Imagine if the Oilers are down a goal in a game and you just toss on a line of Draisaitl, McDavid, Kane. If I'm a defenseman on the other team and I see those three guys hopping over the bench, I am shitting myself. So we'll see. Hit that subscribe, hit the notification bell, drop a comment. I hope to see you guys in the videos and streams coming up. So we'll see you soon. Peace.